Previously on the Gadget Inspector channel.
There it is above us and coming down. It does look like it is toilet bowling there to me. And we can see indications of that on the screen here. But let's see how close it gets. Yeah, that's toilet bowling, you guys. I don't know. That's not good at all. Look at it. Okay, let's see if we can cancel this because that looks dangerous. Okay, I cannot cancel giving a stick input. So I had to hit the return to home button. You saw what that thing was doing. Look at it. Yeah, I'm going to bring this over and I'm going to land it, okay?
Okay, so I'm back with another video on the Snaptain 7100. If you saw my previous video, you know that this drone has been plagued with toilet bowling, and I basically warned people that this could be dangerous. Well, I came across a channel. It's MD95TSI. That's MD95TSI. I'll put the information up on the screen and a link in the description box. Came across this guy's channel, and he actually came up with a fix for this toilet bowling problem. So I thought I'd go ahead and try it and see if it would work for me. And I'm back to tell you that it did work. So go out to his channel. He'll walk you through everything. But I thought I should come on and do my part as well, since I basically gave out a public service announcement to stay away from this drone. Now I think I would be comfortable putting it up in the air myself. So if you have one, I'm going to just kind of show you, kind of summarize what the fix is here today. Now, the hardest thing about this fix is getting the cover off to get access to the GPS module and the compass. For me, that was the hardest thing. So I'm going to show you what you need to unscrew, which screws you need to unscrew to gain access to the cover. Now I actually have 3 of these. I did the fix on one other drone. I just came from outside testing it, and it did not toilet bowl at all. I was really shocked. And I'm going to tell you what the fix is right away. When you go in here, when you open up the drone, the GPS module is not screwed down tight. The one that I just fixed only had 1 screw, so it moves around some. There's some barrier tape, copper filled barrier tape in there that was holding it in place. But I think by virtue of it not being screwed in completely, it was moving around. It's either the GPS module or the compass. I don't know which one is which, and the guy on the other channel, he couldn't determine which was which either. But in which case, I took one of the screws, because I don't have any extras. I took one of the screws from the body, from when I unscrewed the top plate here. I just took one of these screws and bolted down that module, and that fixed it. So here's what you have to unscrew. There's 2 screws here, one here and one here. And these are kind of difficult to get at. They're pretty small, so try not to strip them. Make sure you have a small enough Phillips head to get to those. And then on either side, there are screws here. And there's another one on the other side here. Make sure you can see that right there. And then there's only 2 others that you need to unscrew. Those are located on the back. One here, one here. Now, once you've done that, this comes off in the front pretty easily. See that? That lifts off pretty easily. It's just when you get back here is when it becomes more difficult. So I actually had to take a flathead screwdriver and get in there and pry that open. Now that does kind of leave some marks here, so it doesn't look new and pretty anymore. unless you have a specific tool used for prying. I'm not sure what those are called, but I know there's something out there that won't actually leave indentations and ruin this. It doesn't ruin it, but it just doesn't look as pretty. So, but in any case, you need to pry this open to get this top piece open. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that and I'll be right back. Okay, so you can kind of see what I mean here. It's a little chewed up. I had to use this flathead to pry the body off. So it doesn't look as pretty, but hey, we're gonna get in here and potentially fix this. Okay, so here's the inside. Here's what it's looking like. So this is what I believe is the GPS module, and then I think this is the compass. So I'm going to go ahead and remove this tape here. And actually, this one is a little bit different from what I found in the other one. This one looks like both modules are screwed in tightly. Now, the only other thing I did is when I pushed the tape on, I pushed it in between the two modules to try to keep them separated. Looks like they're separated well enough here, but I don't know. Let's go ahead and I'll put everything back together and then we'll take it out and try to fly it. But for the other one, I believe it was this. No, it was this one. This is the one that was not screwed down tight. So I just took one of these screws, like I said, one of these from the body, screwed it in here, but looks like there's at least two here. So it's not moving. The other one was moving. So, okay, well, we'll see if putting this tape in between, this barrier tape in between both modules will make some type of difference. All right, I'll be back. Oh, one other thing I noticed. So the barrier tape was not actually covering the entire module here. So part of this was only covered by this masking tape. So there could be interference coming from the components down here. So I'm going to go ahead and move this barrier tape so that it covers both modules completely. And we'll see if that makes a difference. Okay, so you can see what I've done here. The barrier tape is covering the entire module set here. So both modules are completely covered. And then I don't know if you can tell, but I also kind of pushed that tape down in between both of those modules. So these should both be protected against each other and against what's underneath here. So we shouldn't be getting any interference if that was happening to begin with. But again, I went into the other one. I did something similar. The only difference is I screwed down that one module. I screwed it down. And I did not have any toilet bowling when I did my test. Like I said, I just came from outside and I was shocked that it did not toilet bowl. All right, so let's take this one out and see what happens. Okay, so I put a fresh battery in. Did the compass calibration again. We should be ready to go. Launching. Booyah. Okay, I'm just gonna let it hover for a second. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take it up and fly it around a little bit and then see if it starts to toilet bowl. We might as well start the video camera. Okay, so far so good. All right, I'm gonna take it out. It is a little bit windy. Take it to about there and let it stop. And let's see what happens. Okay, so far, it's just kind of hovering in the wind. I'm gonna press forward and then let off the sticks. And usually when you do that, that's when it starts to misbehave. And it looks like it's doing that a little bit now. Okay. Huh. All right. We're gonna really test this and see. I do have the other drone that I tested before that I didn't have any trouble out of.
This one appears to be doing okay, but it is circling now. Yep, it's circling, but it seems like it's stabilizing. What it would do before is it would circle, and then the circle would get wider and wider and wider, and as you can see right there, it's staying put. Okay, I'm just fly it out a little bit, and I just want to see. I'm going to fly it around a little bit and see what happens. Now I'm going to completely let off the sticks, and let's see what happens. Okay, I think that one's fixed too. Son of a gun. How about that? Excellent. All right, so I've got two Snaptain 7100s now. I do have a third as well, so I think I'll go ahead and do the fix on that one. Letting off the sticks. And yeah, how about that, you guys? That actually worked. Okay, I'm going to give it some altitude just to make sure it's not trying to fool me here. Give it some altitude. So we're up there now. Looks like they're having some soccer over there. I'm going to fly it out a little bit. Okay. Got some altitude now. Now I'm going to let off the sticks. And it is kind of wobbling a little bit up there. So when you let off the sticks, it does seem to kind of wobble a little bit, and then it gets its bearings and it's staying put now. And we've got some wind out here. It looks like it's going to be raining here pretty soon. But I'm very comfortable with this drone now. I'm still a little bit nervous from what it was doing before, but I'll put some clips up of what it was doing before so you can see the difference. Okay, letting off the sticks. And I'm just going to turn if I can. Okay, it's wobbling up there a little bit. That doesn't make me feel very comfortable. All right, since we're out there, I'm going to go ahead. Yeah, that's wobbling a lot, guys, isn't it? Huge difference here. Huge difference. Okay, now I believe this is in the high speed. Sorry about this wind noise, you guys. I'm going to take it down to the low speed, and we're going to fly it. It's really windy. See how it wobbles some? But it has been stabilizing. Let's see what it's going to do here. It's going to stabilize now. Okay, this is what I remember it doing before. Circling, circling. And then that circle would get wider and wider. Yeah. Whoa. Phone fell off the phone clip. Let's get it back on there. But as you can see, it stabilized itself. It was not doing that before. It was not stabilizing itself before. Oh, I think we've got a fix, you guys. We are at 32, what's that, about 90 feet in the air, 100 feet. Super windy. I apologize for this wind noise. I really do. But I hope you can see the vast improvement in this drone performance from before. Now you can see it does wobble when you stop. See that? But it's going to correct itself and stabilize. At least that's what it has been doing today. You know, I'm gonna pull out the other one that I was testing earlier because it didn't do this at all. Let's see how long it takes for this one to stabilize. See, that's still having some trouble. And I guess I'm not as comfortable with this one as with the other one that I was testing earlier. So yeah, it's still kind of circling. Yeah, I'm still not liking that. All right, I'm gonna bring it down and I'm gonna put the other one in the air just to confirm that that one is actually remedied. Let's see what it does now that I brought it down a little bit. It's still circling. And it actually is getting quieter and quieter. Yeah, okay. Yeah, this one wants to wander a little bit still. But it's still not as bad as it was. It's definitely better. We'll say that. Not perfect, but way better. Okay, so I'm gonna grab the other one and we'll see if there's any difference. Okay, so I calibrated the compass once again, calibrated the gyro once again, and we are ready to go. Unlocking the motors, doing an auto takeoff. Let's see what happens. Okay. Got a decent hover. Just let it sit for a moment. Start the video, why not? Okay, let's fly it out. Hang on to sticks, let's see what happens. Seems to be stabilizing. Alright, bring it back. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it some altitude now. Get some altitude. Give it a little altitude here. And you can hear that wind. Much better. Letting off the sticks. Huge improvement. Huge improvement. But that other one was behaving better. It still would move around when you stopped it. This one is not really moving around at all. Let's see if we can fly it more and see what happens. A little more altitude. Let off the sticks. And let's see. Yeah, this one's staying put. This one I'm a little more comfortable with. See that? That one's staying put. Even in all of this wind. So let's pull back. Let off the sticks. See what happens. Yeah, I'd say that is what you want. So it looks like that fix worked. Not sure what was going on with that other one. But this one, definitely, there is a huge, significant improvement in what it was doing before. Big difference between then and now.
ahead and take it up higher. So we've got a good amount of altitude now. Let off the stakes here. Alright, pull back. Let off the stakes. No movement whatsoever. It's up there fighting that wind. Okay, I think I'll be comfortable flying this one. Not that other one, but this one. And remember the difference between the two, this is the one that had the loose module, and I used the screw to tighten it down. Put that tape back over it. The other one, both modules were locked down tight. All I did was cover both up with the tape, and I kind of tried to make sure they stay separate. And it did better. It did better, but it was still moving around some after flying for a little while. So I'm going to leave this one up for a little while and see what it does. And this is the same battery, by the way. One of the good things about this drone was the battery life, the flight time. Okay. Now you do want to make sure you do a good compass calibration. I moved away from the fence. It's returning to home now. I'm going to go ahead and bring it down. But I would say this one has been successfully fixed. Definitely could not do this before. This drone would be all over the place, uncontrollable almost. Not the case now. There you go.